Today I'm at Citi Field in Flushing, Queens, but my story has little to do with the stadium itself. Instead, I want to share a tale about a ghostly presence that once haunted the very ground where the ballpark now stands. Before we get into it, let me show you what the area looks like today so that you can picture the scene. You'll notice a smaller circle on the map. That's for another story I'm working on about the Underground Railroad. But for now, focus on the larger circle as we explore the legend of St. Ronan's Well. You've probably seen the title of the video, so let's begin by asking, what exactly is St. Ronan's Well? This land was once home to Native American nations, whose settlement was located near Flushing Creek, just south of Flushing Bay, until the Dutch arrived. In 1642, Willem Kieft, the director of New Netherland, modern-day New York, granted a large portion of land to the Reverend Francis Doughty. The land extended from Flushing Bay down to Newtown Creek in Maspeth. But Doughty's plans were disrupted. In 1643, Kieft ordered attacks on native tribes in what is now Manhattan and parts of New Jersey, which led to violent retaliation. Native American tribes in Queens wiped out most of the settlers who had arrived there in 1642. When settlers eventually returned to Queens, Doughty sold a portion of his land to Dutchman Adrian van der Donck, and the area was renamed Yonkers Island. The word Yonker referring to a young Dutch nobleman. It was called an island because, during high tide, waters from Flushing Bay and lower Flushing Creek would merge, creating the appearance of an island. Fast forward to the 1850s. In 1852, the area was still called Yonkers Island, but soon after it had been renamed St. Ronan's Well, likely by its new owner, Mac Goodison. By 1866, maps showed this new name of St. Ronan's Well in place. So how did this area come to be known as St. Ronan's Well? Legend has it that a grand mansion once stood on this land, known locally as the Hall. In the 18th or 19th century, a French nobleman named Monsieur Le Moine bought the mansion along with its grounds. He lived there with his wife, son Francois, and his daughter Gertrude. Gertrude was wealthy and had many suitors, and eventually she became engaged. Her fiancé seemed devoted to her, and the couple eagerly prepared for their wedding. Her fiancé introduced a friend, a charming and dashing man named St. Ronan Carlyle, to the family. Carlyle, however, fell madly in love with Gertrude at first sight. Overcome with passion, he swore that she would marry him, and no one else. This upset Gertrude, and she asked him to leave her father's home, where he had been a welcome guest. Carlyle agreed to leave, but before departing, he begged her for one final meeting. Reluctantly, she agreed. They walked to the old well at the entrance of the grounds and disappeared into the shrubbery. Gertrude was never seen alive again. All that was heard was a piercing scream. The family, along with their servants, rushed to the well and found St. Ronan Carlyle dead, a bullet wound through his heart, his hand still holding a pistol. But Gertrude was missing. After an extensive search, her body was finally found at the bottom of the well. The entire community mourned her loss, and she was buried soon after on the grounds of the mansion. Yet, a According to local legend, Gertrude didn't rest peacefully. Fishermen and locals claim that, ever since that tragic day, a ghostly figure dressed in white could be seen flitting hither and thither across the land. Her lonely cries echoed in the night, followed by the sound of a pistol shot and the splash of water. Then, all would fall silent once more. So, if you ever find yourself near Citi Field late at night, when the area is empty and quiet, pay attention. You might just catch a glimpse of Gertrude Le Moine's ghost, still flitting hither and thither in search of her fiancé. This story, first reported in local newspapers in the late 1890s, was believed to be based on local legend. But I have my doubts. One thing that always puzzled me is why the well was named after St. Ronan, the murderer, and not Gertrude Le Moine, the victim. So, I did some research and discovered something interesting. In 1823, Sir Walter Scott published a book called St. Ronan's Well. Although the details and characters differ, the basic plot of Scott's novel closely resembles the legend of St. Ronan's Well in Flushing. What's more, there's a place in Scotland called St. Ronan's Well, in a town called Innerleithen, said to have been founded by a pilgrim monk named St. Ronan. And, coincidentally, the surname of Gertrude in this story, Le Moine, translates directly to the monk in French. Innerleithen in Scotland was the location for Sir Walter Scott's book. I'm guessing that this tale may have been a fabrication, possibly crafted by a carnival barker or snake oil salesman. Or perhaps, maybe Sir Walter Scott was familiar with the legend of Gertrude Le Moine from Flushing, Queens, and he wrote a fictional account of this local legend. Whether true or not, it's a fun and eerie story to tell. If you enjoyed the story, please consider hitting the like button. It really helps small channels like mine get noticed on YouTube. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you all real soon.